Hello Pokemon fans, Professor K here for the Pokemon Evolutionaries, and today we have another PTCGO matchup. As we did last Saturday, we're going to be taking a look at the deck that we profiled on Wednesday. This time it was Sceptile, Ariados, and Bats. Now we want to see how this deck does in action because on paper it's very powerful. It hits for tons and tons of damage for very little energy, provided that you can set up the proper ways of doing so. Now, our matchup today is going to be against a fighting deck. Lucario EX is the first active Pokemon. We see a Tierno come down for 3 cards. He's already got a Fighting Stadium in play. He's going to get his energy in play. So as you can see, fighting decks set up super fast, and they're able to hit for tons and tons of damage very quickly, and it can really overwhelm you if you're not playing a deck that's equally as fast or faster. So as you can see, he cannot attack first turn, but if he did, he'd be able to hit for 70 damage already with that first attack for a single energy. Now, we're going to want to try to set up as fast as we can here, trying to outspeed that Lucario EX that's down right now. The only way we're going to be able to do that is to get some cards. So we're going to try to go for a Shaman here and get 2 extra cards, hope that we can draw into an energy or something else we can use. We did get the energy. So now, I don't really want to have to VS Seeker for the Sycamore this turn. I don't want to get rid of those Ariados because there is only 2 in the deck. So I'm going to go for the Sleep Poison here and try to put him to sleep and also poison. But it does not work. It completely fails. It's not so bad though because we're able to deal 30 damage. 30 damage is enough to allow for Unseen Claw to hit for 150 or 160 next turn if we're able to get a special condition on him. Really would have liked to have had it there. That way we could have gotten a turn 2 knockout, but unfortunately we were not able to do so. So the only chance we're going to be able to get now is if we put down a Spinarak and get a Force of Giant Plants and immediately evolve into Ariados. So as you can see there, he does put down a Regirock, the Lucario in the background there as well. Regirock is really an interesting choice to this deck, being able to hit for 60 plus 60 more to EXs. So as you can see, I didn't have any choice there. I had to get rid of all of those cards with VS Seeker for Sycamore. We did draw into another Grass Energy, which is nice. We're going to go ahead and attach that. And now we're going to have to try to get those Pokemon back. Fortunately, our Trainer's Mail does reveal a Sacred Ash. So all of those Pokemon that we just got rid of, we can put back into the deck immediately. There's 4 of them. A Golbat, a Crobat, and 2 Ariados. That is definitely key to this deck working. So here I'm trying to decide what it is I want to do. I can Ultra Ball away that Escape Rope and the Grass Energy if I want to, but I think I'm going to hold off until next turn and just go for the Sleep Poison again. I could have gone for Unseen Claw, but it wouldn't do a knockout, and I'd rather try to lock my opponent down. Fortunately, I do manage to flip heads on that, and also my opponent flips tails on the Sleep flip as well. So now he's asleep, and he AZs. He had to get that Lucario out of the active position because it was toast next turn anyway. So he does AZ it away, puts down a fresh Lucario with a Fighting Energy attached, and we still have 20 HP left, which is crucial in this matchup to be able to at least survive that turn. So we get a Grass Energy to start powering up a second Sceptile, which is definitely important in this deck. You really need to power up Sceptiles left and right, so if one gets knocked out, you have another one to take its place immediately. So here I'm going to Ultra Ball away the AZ and the Escape Rope, and I'm going to go for a Shaman. I could have gone for the AZ to a Shaman, but I'd rather get a full hand of 6. So we're going to get 6 fresh cards here. We get another AZ. We get a Muscle Band so we can attach it to the Sceptile. We do also get the Ultra Ball, so I'm going to throw away a Lysander and a Switch. And we're able to put down the Ariados here and start with Poisonous Nest. That immediately poisons our opponent's active Pokemon and does not poison us because we are Grass type, and that only works on non-Grass types. So we see 160 damage come down to that Lucario EX in the active position. Next turn, he's pretty much toast unless he finds a way to get out of the active. So we see him a Champ come down with the Karina there, and I did not see which item he got. Okay, there it is. There's a Switch. So he's going to switch out of the active position, which is a smart move because he's dead next turn, no matter what you do. So he switches out here and goes into the Landorus so he can start accelerating some energy with Shadow Power and also knock out my Sceptile in the process. But it's okay though because I've got a Sceptile on the bench with 1 Grass Energy on it already and a Muscle Band. So I'm going to be able to attach that Grass Energy in my hand next turn here and power it up and be able to do some serious damage here. I decided to Sycamore away that other AZ, put down a couple of Bats, which is awesome. we really want to start doing some bat damage here as fast as we can. So I'm going to leave everything else for next turn. I'm going to Poisonous Nest on the opponent's active Landorus, and now I can Unseen Claw for 150 damage, knocking out that Landorus that was in the active position and take our first prize. We're down by 1 prize at this point, but it's really not too bad. We've got a Lucario EX on the bench that's got a ton of damage on it. Unless he AZs it away, I have a pretty good way of knocking out that Pokemon next turn. So you see here, he's going to Rare Candy into that Machamp, so he's able to deal 20 more damage on top of the Muscle Band and the Fighting Stadium he has in play. So 20, 40, 60, he's going to be able to hit me for 120 damage this turn if he chooses to use Corkscrew Smash. My Sceptile doesn't have a whole lot to respond to just because I don't have a second Golbat yet. But wait! I do, because there's a Level Ball. So we're going to put down the Golbat here, put the 20 damage on the Lucario on the bench, and bam! We take 2 prizes right away. So we're going to go for another Level Ball here, and we're going to go for a second Golbat. Boom! There you go. 20 damage on the active, which is perfect because now, next turn, or when we go to attack, it's going to deal 150 and 10 in between turns. We're going to put down the Forest of Giant Plants. We're going to bump that Fighting Stadium out of the way as fast as possible. We're going to use that Poisonous Nest to poison his Lucario EX that's in the active position, so we're able to hit for that magic 150 and 10 in between turns, equaling 180 damage. We'll be able to knock him out. There it goes, guys. Unseen Claw for 150, 10 in between turns, and we just took a 4-prize turn. That really showcases the power of this deck and how well it can do under pressure. He's going to Team Flare Grunt my Active's Grass Energy away, but it's not really of any consequence because I do have another Grass Energy. He bumps my Stadium, but I don't care. I'm going to put down a Crobat here. I didn't realize I had the VS Seeker at the time, but it didn't really matter. So I was like, oh shoot, wait a minute. I do have it. So I'm going to attach the Grass Energy. I'm going to VS Seeker for the Lysander for the game right here because that Focus Sash keeps me from knocking out that Regirock in the first place. I just threw some energy back in the deck just for the heck of it. Gonna bring out that Machamp, we're gonna Poisonous Nest on that Machamp, and we're gonna hit for that magic 150 in order to knock out that final Machamp and take our last prize. So there you have it, guys. That's the power of Sceptile Ariados bats. It looked like we were going to lose in the very beginning just because we got overwhelmed with those Lucarios, but at the last second, we managed to come back, deal a 4-prize turn against this Lucario EX base deck, and take the win. So it just goes to show the power that this deck has and the sleeper effect that can really come down once this deck sets up, can overwhelm an opponent without much problem at all. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did not see the deck profile from before featuring Sceptile Ariados bats, go check it out. It was up on Wednesday on our channel. I'm going to include a link in the description down below so you guys can go there and check out the deck for yourselves and see what you guys think of it. Try it out in your local tournaments. There's plenty of standard tournaments here coming up, depending on your local tournament organizer, for cities that's going to be coming up, plus you have league challenges and things like that. Try it out for yourself, see if you like it. I know that I did, and I've done very well with it so far. You can make your own tweaks to it if you want to, but this build has been working for me, as you can see right here, being able to come from behind and take the win. So anyways, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to like this video if you liked it, comment down below, and of course, subscribe for more competitive TCG content as well as openings in the future. Gonna try to balance out the competitive side along with our openings as well. That way we get a little bit for the people who like to see our openings, and we get a little bit for the people who like to see the competitive side of Pokemon as well. And that way we don't also break the bank with all of the cards that we buy to open up for you guys in the first place. So like I said, hopefully you did enjoy the video. For the Pokemon Evolutionaries, guys, I'm Professor K. Stay awesome, stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.